what's up guys? It's Dan Man. Welcome back. Bringing you guys a very special video today. The next part of my Honor Duel series, the Wilders. We got a lot to get into and I want to try to keep this video short, so let's get into it. Artifacts. You have three main artifacts for the Wilders. Parisa's artifact, Thor Bloom, Ulmus artifact, Speed Seed, and Floribel's artifact, Solidarity Fruit. So Wilders are pretty flexible with what artifacts they can use, as long as you're using an artifact that isn't specific to another class or another hero other than these three, you will do well. Make sure you check the infographic in the description for a full breakdown. Alright, my recommended core team setup. Your three mandatory heroes are going to be Tazi, Lily May, and Hewen. And Hewen. Now for your other two choices, it's going to be pretty situational based on the artifact that you're going to choose, but also based on who you can pull. The only other heroes you want to consider are Iron, Ulmus, Floribel, and Parisa. Alright, my favorite section, items. I had a lot of fun putting this infographic together. Buy only these items. I emphasize the words, buy only these. However, later in this video, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of 9 wins, and you will see advanced techniques where I specifically sway from buying only these items. I tell you to buy only these items because I have thoroughly tested this and can tell you unequivocally you only need to buy these items. After you watch my gameplay and you see the advanced techniques, there are some changes in the very late stages of 8 and 9 trophies, but those come with experience. So please, do as I say, not as I do. Iron, you're going to start out with a hunting armor. In the later game, you're going to go for a fire dance. Ulmus, stalwart helmet. Now, especially when you're playing the Ulmus artifact, Eternal Blade becomes his best in-slot item. Hewen, Gaze of Power. And you will see a massive spike. And into the later game, you want to find a Crimson Abyss for her, as this alone can change a lot of games. Tazi, starting off with the Gaze of Power. And again, into the later game, Fire Dance or Crimson Abyss. You only want to pick up the Crimson Abyss if you get a second one. Lily May, Bone Amulet, or a hunting armor. Parisa, Mask of Fury. And into the late game, if you can find a colorful exoplanet, this item is exceptional on her. And lastly, Floribel, Bone Amulet. It works with all of her minions, it's awesome. But additionally, she works great as an off tank if you can find the hunting armor. And that is all we have for items. Alright, example positioning. This is where I recommend you line up your heroes. You want to have Floribel and Hewen go down in the second round. And if you watch my gameplay at the end of the video, you'll see that this is really where I gravitate towards, but it's not a staple as to where I always put my heroes. You have to be flexible based on the artifacts that you're going into, and for positioning counterplay, which I'll go into further later in the video. But it is important to take note of these positions, as this is what you want to gravitate towards. These are going to be the best positions. Alright guys, buckle up because this is where it gets a little crazy. So a bit of a full disclosure here, I've pulled together a 9-win video that I've done, and I've super edited it to where I've taken out all of the slow parts, and I've made this a very, very fast video, emphasizing on the shop and the economy, as well as the wombo combo and the mechanics of the heroes. I have sped up some fights, and I have slowed down some fights, but I meticulously went through this to make sure that I could bring you guys the best video. I do want to note that after I post this video, I am going to post a separate video which will include the entire 9-win game from start to finish at normal speed. So the first things we're going to be going over is the econ strat. I covered it in my Graveborn video, but I know there was a lot of questions and concerns about the first round, so we're going to cover it again in a little bit more detail. Then we're going to go on to the econ strat continued, where I show you how to purchase items in the shop with the honor badge that you've obtained. Following that, we're going to be going trophy by trophy, shop by shop, and fight by fight, all the way to reach 9 wins. Here we go, let's get into it. Alright, so we're starting off with Fragrant Bag. And keynote, your econ strat, if you aren't familiar with it, you're going to buy 3 random packs before you go for a fight. I do end up blocking the ring here. Again, I do not advise you to sway from the buy only list that we have on the infographic. Just buy those items. These are kind of advanced techniques. I only have 2 Wilders that I'm starting with here, so I want to give my Hewen some kind of leg to stand up on, so she's going to get that ring. But I've had so many people ask me, you know, what do you do if you lose your first match? Where do we go from there? Well, don't stress. You can still get 9 trophies by only having 1 apple. You can have 1 apple and still reach 9 trophies. So don't stress. Your main advantage is going to come from the econ strat. So stick to it and you'll be okay. So we do lose that first match. But the second match, now the second match you want to put down only heroes that have an honor badge on them. This is building your honor badge economy. And we kind of lucked out here. We're only playing with a 3 Graveborn faction, but we're going against a really weak early game artifact. Poor team comp choice on their end. It was kind of a little bit good RNG on our side here to win this match. Easy peasy. Yep, so I buy that faction pack. We buy that ring. That goes on Huen. Now you sell all of the heroes that you're not going to use. You want to keep your faction, so keep any Wilders here, even Damien, even though he's the worst one. Alright, so going into this next round, you want to play all of your heroes that have the honor badge on them. And because we know we're going into a rock necklace, I kind of do a little bit different setup for where I place my heroes. I like to spread them out a little bit more because you know you're going to be running into CC. And as you can see, we do run into the Wilders. And again, we're playing with only the honor badge heroes, so we are playing Damien. Bit of a rough matchup here, but we do pull off the win. Now, we have 119 honor badge, and we just bought a 33 pack, so we actually had more than that. Crazy amount. This is where the econ strat really shines. Look at all these copies of Lily May we're getting. All the items you're getting. Now, I ended up buying this Mask of Fury because I was thinking I'm going to put that on Parisa. But because Lily May has such an advantage right now, you want to push your advantage, so I put that on her. Now we're getting into the brunt of the fights. This is a great showcase video here because it's going to kind of show you where our powers spike has come together. We're going to completely steamroll this team. Slow it down here for you so you can see. The Aeron's going to pop off with his ultimate. Groups them all together. Floor Bell in there with the Wombo combo. Lily May completely shreds them. She's stacked. Remember, she's got the Mask of Fury. She just completely wiped them out. Alright, back into the shop. We get a couple copies. Tazi gets up there. We do end up pulling Mythic. And look, we got 3 trophies with Mythic Lily May. Broken. So you can go through, you can sell all of your extra copies just so that you can buy things that you need to buy in the shop. See, if we didn't sell those extra copies of the heroes that we weren't using, we couldn't buy that. And then we rolled once just to kind of lock something, tie the shop up. So now you're looking at your core team. This is pretty much the core team that we're going to be trying to power level. Rank them up through the whole thing. Another easy fight here. This was a breeze. So as you can see, I kind of skipped through it. Alright, working on our 5th trophy now. Hitting the shop, we ended up with a Mythic Tazi. Bone Amulet going right on Floor Bell. Look at these items. Got Crimson Abyss next turn. Whew. Send another one here. It's pretty easy. Our advantage is still so massive. GG. All All right, working on 6th trophy, and we pick up that Crimson Abyss. Throw that right on the human. Nice, end up getting another copy of her. Now goes that bone amulet on Lily May. And because I ended up having that ring and it's so versatile, I can throw that onto the Tazi. Floorbell here. Another copy of human. And I get to lock that Floorbell. Now, I mean, our advantage is still so huge. I'm pretty sure I fast forward through this one. Yeah. Yep. Still got the advantage. Alright, so this one, we're fighting for the 7th trophy. And this is where I remember that we start to fall off a little bit. This shop is kind of some bad RNG. I ended up picking up that Grandmaster crown. I threw that right on Tazi. She only has a ring at this point. And again, these are kind of the advanced techniques that I was talking about earlier in the video. You don't want to always do that. You really could have just stuck with the ring. But because I know that our advantage was falling off, this is kind of something that I kept things alive. But as you can see, this is a very, very close match. I slow this one down because you can see this is the perfect wombo combo. Things are starting to line up. Iron throws that out there. There's Floorbell. Haywin keeps everyone alive. Iron did drop, but we're still in this. Lily May sweeps in, cleans things up. Alright, fighting for the 8th trophy here. I think we get a little bit of a boost. Yeah, Iron, we end up getting him up to Mythic. There it is. Grabbed another Grandmaster crown. Now at this point, again, just trying to keep that advantage, stacking the advantage. We do find a Fire Dance, which makes turn 9 pretty interesting. So I'm going to show you, because now we're versing the Pure Nectar artifact. This is a mirror match versus Wilders. And I'm going to show you why Tazi is extremely broken with this artifact. It looks like I'm about to kill their entire team, right? Just wombo comboed them. Perfect wombo combo there. Oh, looks like all of them are dead, right? Nope. Tazi, look at her. Look at her hiding, right? And all 5 of my guys are alive. Now it's 1v5. Oh, or is it? Tazi goes in and mops up my entire team. Literally. Broken Tazi, man. Pure Nectar when you get it this late game. Tazi with the straight 1v5. This was a loss. It looked like it was a win, right? But we both ulted and hers killed me. So that was a loss. 7 trophies, 1 apple. So I did just pick up the Fire Dance there. That's going right on Iran. Or Tazi. That one goes on Tazi. My bad. Foreshadowing that I think I get another one. So if you take a look at the items here, we're keeping as much advantage and pressure on as we can, keeping them as strong as we can. These teams at this point, when you're up to 8 and 9 trophies, they get stacked. But the wombo combo from the Wilders is just a little bit too strong. It's too strong, man. They can't do nothing with the CC. And my sustain from the Human. This is GG. 8 trophies. Going for the 9th win. Check out the shop, man. We just ended up getting our last mythic hero. Hemwin's up there. End up picking another Grandmaster Crown. So as you can see, I'm keeping the instant ults on Huan and Tazi, while I'm just simultaneously trying to stack my team's stats with the Grandmaster Crowns. And then also giving Iron an insta ult. He already has an insta ult, but now his damage is going to be increased for the burst. It's going to have an increased regen. Two ults back to back from that Iron. Insane, right? The wombo combo of the century. This is Wilders, man. Wilders are pretty strong, pretty broken. I'd say they're very equal with Graveborn because I've had a lot of very equal kind of games with Graveborns where, you know, they snowball kind of just like this. Bam. And then Huan just keeping everyone alive. Didn't even touch me. GG. 9 wins, you guys. Wilder. Full guide. Everything you guys need. Hey, keep in mind, I'm going to post another video after this, too, giving you guys the full breakdown gameplay from start to finish. I won't have any commentary or overview, just kind of the straight gameplay for you guys to check out. But yeah, you guys, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for the next one, guys. I got a bunch of fun guides coming up. Stay blessed. Thank you again, guys. Have a good night. See you on the next one.